Alright everybody, today we're going to talk about the Street Fighter 25 set. I actually shot a video for it way back in 2012. I just never got around to actually creating a YouTube channel and uploading it, etc, etc. So, the video actually does a really good job capturing my initial reaction to it and hitting all the high points. So rather than just completely shoot a new video, I think it's better off to go ahead and travel back to 2012 and take a good look at that video. And it's fairly amusing. I had been awake for about 24 hours, and it's got a few priceless moments in there, but it captures my raw reaction. So let's go back to 2012, and after it's over we'll come back to 2017 and maybe go over a few more points. Alrighty, well, here's the deal. Everybody else's little open box presentation regarding the Street Fighter 25 sets have been kind of subpar, so I decided to do my own. Now, here's the box. I'm sure y'all have seen it many times before. Here's the sleeve it comes in. Oh, there's my finger. There it goes. Now, something very interesting I noticed regarding the sleeve. If we look right down here, it says Blu-ray player required for video content. Well, duh, you don't say. You need a Blu-ray player to play a Blu-ray disc. Imagine that. Lawyers own this country. Alright. Let's get to the goods. Alright, first of all, with the actual case, box, whatever you want to call it, let's open her up. Stand by. There we go. Now, first things first, we got the nice little certificate of authenticity. We'll come back to that momentarily. Let me talk about the box. A lot of people have been saying it's very light, and that's very true, but it's an incredibly sturdy thing considering its weight. Look down here. Shaking that, it's not moving, not going anywhere. Same with the sides, not moving, not going anywhere. Very well put together box, but very light at the same time. Actually kind of nice. Now, we have here certificate of authenticity. Look at that. All nice and shiny. And here's something very interesting I noticed about mine. Let me pull it out there real quick. See if I can zoom in without my camera blurring out. Okay. Alright, my camera will not cooperate, but what that says is 16K out of 30K. And I pre-ordered mine on day 2, which means if you want to get yours, you should probably act pretty fast. Because if I pre-ordered on day 2 and they were already halfway through their allotment, I'd get moving. You can see right here, nice shiny logo. Some very nice, kind words from Ono. Very well put together. Wish my camera would let you read it, but it won't. So we're going to put that aside. Now, let's get to the goods. First thing, and again, they didn't waste any space at all in here. They put the tribute book up in the compartment. Secured. Both these folds are based on magnets. I can get this thing out. Yeah, there we go. There's the tribute. I'm going to show you a few photos. It's very well done. I think they had some amateurs contribute, but they also had professional artists, if I recall correctly. Very well put together little book. Very nicely done. Incredible pieces of artwork. There's a nice commentary right down here from the individual artists. Very nostalgic, very nicely done, and that's all you get. If you want to see more, you can buy it, like the rest of us. Alright, we'll put that off to the side for a minute. Now, let's go over here to the Ryu figure. Now this was practically almost worth the price of admission in and of itself. And I'll tell you why. The level of detail and the articulation in the figure almost makes it worth the $150 in and of itself. I was actually very, very surprised at how well it was done. And a lot of these videos I found on YouTube, and even Capcom's own video, don't show how it's secured. Okay, I was actually a little concerned when I got mine, because all the promotional videos, it showed it just kind of sitting there. Secured with plastic, contoured to the figure, custom cut. It's not going anywhere. I mean, Ryu is in there, okay? He's not coming out unless it's by your own will, okay? But again, very, very well done, very secure, very, very good thinking on Capcom's part. All it took was a little bit of cheap plastic and keeps him in there. So, moving on, let's go to the discs. Alright, we'll come back to this later. Anniversary Film Collection. 2 Blu-ray discs loaded with content. Ends up being, I think, a single layer and then a dual layer Blu-ray. The most interesting part about this was actually the documentary, by far. Primarily, because it featured this guy right here. Very, very, very awesome dude. For those that can't see, that's Seth. It was very interesting hearing his perspective, hearing how he came to work for Capcom, hearing how he got involved with Street Fighter. Really, really awesome tale. Just hearing Seth's story alone made it worth the price of admission, let alone all the other people they spoke to in the documentary. The documentary runs, I think, about an hour, 15 minutes. Very well done, by far the best part of the collection. Everything's in HD, except for a couple of exceptions. Some of the animated features from the 90s are in 480p because there is no HD version. Very, very nicely done. Tons of video content, and truthfully, I have not even gotten through all of it. Now, here's my only chief complaint about this collection. These Blu-ray discs, they work great in my Blu-ray player. They work great in my PS3. Problem is, they do not work on my PC. My PC will not play them. These are the only Blu-ray discs that will not work in my PC. So I don't know what kind of copy protection Capcom threw onto this thing. I mean, it's like the Fort Knox of DRM. I mean, it just will not play on my PC. I've tried downloading alternative programs. I've tried doing everything. My Blu-ray player just will not even recognize it. So, be forewarned, you may have to settle with watching it on your TV instead of your PC. So, just be aware. But again, very well done. Ridiculous amount of content. This, again, almost makes it worth the price of admission in and of itself. Now, I'm going to go over here to the disc-based games. We've got Arcade Edition, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and truthfully, if I had to take my pick, I really prefer this over this. Can't really tell you why. Just, I don't know, this one's good, it's just there was something about this one that I enjoyed more. But again, I'm not the most skilled fighting player in the world, but irregardless, you can find your favorites, up to you. Now, something very interesting I noticed about the Street Fighter Cross Tekken disc. Hang on just a second, excuse me while I open this up. And again, it's a 2-disc set. Here's the Arcade Edition, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Check this out, this is really, really amazing. Now, if you look very, very carefully at the disc, you can actually see the 12 DLC fighters locked up inside of that disc. You stare very, very carefully at it. They're almost screaming, "Help me, help me. We're locked on this disc. Let us out." If you don't see them, just look a little bit harder. I see them. You don't see them? All joking aside, though, I will give props to Capcom. They've committed to no longer using disc-locked content, because it's just not cool. And for the record, they're not the only company that does that, but they are the first to say they won't be doing it ever again. So, props to Capcom for doing that. However, I will add, in their defense, it actually was kind of convenient to get 12 fighters and it'd be a 1 KB download that took a second, and lo and behold, I got my new fighters. So, in Capcom's defense, ethically, yeah, I had issues with it, but hey, at least it was a very, very quick download. Anyway, those are the 2-disc based games. Again, I think right now the arcade edition retails for like 30 to 40. I think Tekken, Street Fighter is still around 50 or 60. So, again, very, very good deal. Getting both of those puppies in there. Alrighty. This right here is your Voucher. Now this is what really, really interested me, because you get a lot of these collector's editions and a lot of these DLC-based games or collections. The DLC codes expire, which I think is a load of nonsense. Very, very uncool. However, the way Capcom set it up is, you go into their website, you enter a single code, and it'll give you a huge batch of DLC redemptions. So essentially, the DLC codes in here do not expire. This needs to become the industry standard. Capcom set the bar, and I really, really, really hope other companies are going to follow suit with this concept. Really, really is great, because a lot of these companies will give you a collector's edition, or you pre-order a bonus or something, and lo and behold, it is a collector's edition, but the collector's edition has an expiration date, and then it returns to just the regular version after a certain date. With this box set, anything but. Very, very well done. Now, in terms of the content you get, we'll take it piece by piece. You get all the swap costumes, alternative costumes for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and the DLC characters. You get all the costumes for the arcade edition. You get the full game on Third Strike. And you get the Street Fighter 2 HD Remix, which I already had. So I simply gave it to a friend and shared the love. But again, tremendous value. Lots and lots of value in this. And this is the Xbox version. The PS3 owners actually get even more out of this. And don't go blaming Capcom. That was because Sony decided to show Street Fighter some love. Microsoft didn't. Alrighty. Off to the side. Now, what else do we have left? See, I mean, I'm 11 minutes in this video. I'm not anywhere near done. We have here a tremendously awesome CD set. 11 discs, if I counted correctly. Very, very, very well done. Very hard to obtain a lot of this music anywhere, even on eBay. And even if you do, all these tracks and all these discs were actually sourced from... Well, I'll take that back. They were either sourced from the master copies, or in Street Fighter 1's case, a copy of the master, since the original master has been lost. But of course they had the copy on hand, and that's where it was sourced from. So it's being sourced from the best possible material. It's absolutely incredible. If you're a good audiophile like me, what you'll do is you'll take these discs, go ahead and load them onto your PC, get yourself some good MP3s. But if you're smart, don't get rid of the discs. So if a friend walks up to you and offers to buy them, take them off your hands, don't fall for it. Why? Audio ripping and digital technology progresses substantially. In other words, as technology improves, the ability to copy music, like if you want to listen to it on your iPod, cell phone, or whatever, like I do, quality of the ripping process is going to substantially increase over time. And if you don't believe me, go dig up one of your old Memorexes from 1999 or 2000 when you were in high school, middle school, whatever applies to you, and listen to it, and then go on Amazon.com, pay the 99 cents, and download that same MP3, and you tell me that you do not hear a substantial difference. Okay? Any good audiophile is going to hold on to their source material. So go ahead, take these discs out, put them on your PC, do whatever you want to do, put them on whatever digital media device you've got, and make sure you keep those discs very carefully archived, because you will be ripping them again sometime in the near future, guaranteed. Now, over in the right, last but not least, we got the Ryu belt. Love it so much. Almost don't even want to take it out, but it's actually authentic. As somebody that used to take Krav Maga, I can tell you it is a genuine, authentic belt that they used in hand-to-hand combat. Any type of suit. I mean, I'm a little surprised at how much they included in all this. It's a genuine belt, very, very nicely done. You can wear it to your karate class, impress your instructor, let them know you've been promoted. I have no idea what any of those symbols mean or what they stand for, but I'm sure it's probably something significant. I just wish I knew what it was. So, but anyway. That's my review, that's my up close. Oh, and before I almost forget, I almost forgot with the discs. Thankfully, Capcom was smart enough not to include actual cases. Why? Because it's aggravating, irritating, and they increase the weight for shipping. Okay, they did put them in a small plastic sleeve. It'll guard these things. Mine are all scratch-free. Just take them out of the sleeves, put them back in, and they'll just slide right back into this protective case. Very, very good decision on Capcom not to use actual CD cases, because those things suck. Bulky, way too much, and these are just a much, much better alternative. So, really, that's about covers it. Very nice collection, very well done. I mean, I could sit here and talk all day about what a great job they did with it, but I'm hoping this sheds a little bit of light on it, because again, I felt that a lot of the YouTube reviews and a lot of the other stuff absolutely sucked. So, I'm hoping this is giving you guys a little bit more insight into what the collection is all about. And if you want to get yours, like I said, I probably will get it in pretty soon, because I think they're about to run out. So, any questions, feel free to post them in my blog. I'll try to answer them, but otherwise, I think this about covers it. Alright, welcome back to 2017. Whole lot more interesting here, isn't it? Okay. Let's see if anything's changed with this box set in the past 5 years or so. Still looks pretty much the same. What do we got here? Boxing still looks good. Still got the logo. There we go. Everything looks pretty much the same. Even today, looking back on it, it still had a heck of a lot of content. There was all kinds of stuff included in this collection. I really don't think Capcom will ever put out something this jam-packed ever again, or any company for that matter, unfortunately. Money was flowing a little bit better back in 2012. Now, let's get her opened up. Take off the sleeve. There's a sleeve. Certificate of authenticity that I insert into the sleeve. Normally, of course, it would be inside the box set. Alright, my number hasn't changed at all. Still pretty nice. High quality. Alright. Let's get this bad boy over here. Logo still looks nice. It's actually a really, really nice touch. I don't know exactly what they use on it, but it's still, even today, it looks nice and shiny. Well, let's open it up. It actually does take a little bit of effort to get it open. It's sealed with some kind of magnet, it feels like. Whoa. Whoa. What happened? Man, what a difference 5 years makes, right? It just all went away. Dang. Okay. Unfortunately, one of the reasons I had to rely on the previously shot video is I discovered that this was a casualty of a move. And somehow, some way, transitioning from one place of dwelling to another, some stuff didn't carry over very well, and this box set was pretty much a casualty. Games are missing. Basically all the discs are just missing. Still got the art book. Still got the Ryu belt. Still got the Ryu figure. Downloadable codes are still here. Of course, I bled them all dry. If you want to enter that in and see if you can get something out of it and knock yourself out. But I promise you, I bled each and every code and piece of DLC completely dry off of this thing. But that's what it says, in case you're curious about the card. I don't know if you can really see it from here, but it's got several disc slots. Put that down there, and of course, our book's still safe and sound. Alright, well, dang, that was kind of depressing. Just opening it up reminded me that this was much more plentiful 5 years ago. So much for a trip down memory lane, right guys? Well, if y'all are still looking to purchase this item, it's actually available in some places. You know, if you find a few copies on eBay or Amazon, it's still a really damn good deal for the prices they're going for. You just want to make sure you get a brand new copy, because obviously there's no way of guaranteeing that somebody hasn't used their code. If you have any questions about it, just sound off in the comments section and I'll respond to them as best I can.